chances that I missed. Some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist. I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, would have kept me from what I had today. Everywhere I could have ended up just like that broken road, with a dead end in my path. Thank the Lord that I've got more than that. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I won't forget the lessons that I don't deserve.
Good morning. Good morning, Robertson County and points beyond. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn Laverne, and yes, this is one street over at it again, getting on into it on Thursday morning. Yeah, I'm wearing my chacos a couple more days because we got a little bit of warm weather left. It's not going. I mean, it's going to be like 26 degrees, I think is the low next Wednesday. Oh my gosh. After, in the evening before you go into Thursday morning, it's looking so stinking cold. I got to start the morning. Miss Laci came in. Laci Beau's in the house. Hello. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent from Willow Oak. And we had missed her on Monday. You had stuff going on with the family, and that happens, and that's never a problem. So they just got to. Oh no! I talked the whole time because I had things on my mind that I wanted to share.
That's awesome.
And so it's never a problem. God, if God has something that upends as far as my schedule, there must be something He wants me to share. So there you go. And I had not turned the news on, and you had just barely seen it. Just prayers for everybody in Maine and what's going on up there. Heartbreaking, another shooting, and just, it hurts your heart to even think about what those families are going through. Can't even imagine. I still, in my morning prayers, pray, for the Covenant loved ones, those who lost so much. And so, just be praying for what's going on in Maine and for us to get better. And I don't know, for this to stop happening. But nonetheless, there is some tragedy in Maine this morning, and we just offer our prayers up for that. But at this time, we're, looking around the community and all the things that we do. We've got so much beauty here and so much wonderful things going on. And in the center of that is Willow Oak. Y'all, how long has this been going on? How long has Willow Oak been around?
2007.
2007.
Yes.
And just a passion for Musetta that just wanted to bring the arts to Robertson County. And I think a lot of people, when they come to, move here, they're like, oh, that's cool. and they love to see what's going on there. And it's everything. It is literally
It's
everything
happening over there. We don't even know what to think. We go from when I started, we weren't even open 9 to 5 to being open 9 to 5 to the phones not stopping ringing to people, the traffic in and out of the doors, wanting information and tours, to the classes going on from the time we open till after we close.
That's amazing.
It is
it's
wonderful.
Just fun. It is exciting. It's fun. And now we have this new phase, which is, how do you want to unpack this? Laci she's one of my favorite guests because she messages me. She goes, "Hey, I need to come on and talk." And I'm like, "Let's do it." And
Yes.
and that's what you should do, guys. You should reach out to me if you don't have my number. It is 615-594-7736. 615-594-7736. Text me. Don't call me because my phone's always turned off because I'm a teacher and I'm always where my phone can't be ringing. Text me and let me know what you want to do and what you want to come on and talk, and we'll get you scheduled. And if I don't get right back with you, text me again, maybe 3 times. Once you're on my radar, you
don't give yourself enough credit. I don't know that I've ever messaged you, and within a day, within 24 hours, I don't hear from you.
Well, but see, you and I have a relationship.
Yeah.
And I know you, and you're in my phone. I'm like, oh, I need to call Laci. So it's that familiarity. And so
Right.
but for people that are new and they're trying to unpack what they're wanting to do, sometimes it takes a couple of, because I'll glance at it at a stoplight. We all do that. We can't be texting and driving. That's highly dangerous, and we all know that. But at a stoplight, we're sitting there and we'll look at our phones, and I'll look at it and I will set it down because I can't answer it because I'm driving. And I'll forget.
I have 114 unread text messages.
Oh, you sound like me. That's why she and I get along. It's because we walk in the same rhythm, it looks like. So talk to me about this thing that we got going on.
So we have Willow Oak now at the gifted building of Central Christian Church. And one of the very first phases was converting the sanctuary into a venue, into a concert and event hall.
Right.
So the November 4th concert, which is this one, November 10th concert, which is this one coming up, will be the kind of the introduction to and the opening, the grand opening and dedication to the Roger Bunch Concert and Event Hall.
I love that that's what it's named.
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
It's
Check out
so
that
wonderful.
poster. I don't think it's going to stand up, but that's okay. How cool.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
And I was sitting here and right after we talked at 8:00 last night, I immediately called Musetta and I said, "Hey, I need you to tell me exactly what you want me to say." Because the chorale, the Willow Oak chorale, that part, the music part of Willow Oak is so special and dynamic to them that I have to say it perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we're talking about. Roger started the Willow Oak chorale in 2011
Okay.
with singers and orchestra. Since that time, in 2013 and 2015, that's when they performed at Carnegie Hall.
Okay.
Which is pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah.
And that's Shane Shoemaker, Musetta, Anaya Crocker, and David C. have all been conductors over the years under Roger's direction, which I think is neat.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, that's an opportunity. Anaya and David were just fresh out of college.
Yeah.
Anaya's still in college, and he was conducting before he went to college. That's incredible to have that opportunity.
Amazing. All those are just amazingly talented people.
Right.
And, just the story, that's the story behind why it is named for him and the beauty of it all. And so who is performing? Is it the chorale performing then?
It is the chorale. So this fall they have James Story is the conductor in residence.
Okay.
He's well known throughout the South as a chorale director. He served as chair of the Visual and Performing Arts Department at Volunteer State Community College, and he's produced over 35 student CD projects and produced over 40 Christmas and spring showcases.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing that now this is one of those things. If you want a ticket to this, you need to get on it because it doesn't have the seating that the auditorium does at the Innovation Academy where we're a lot of the times going for shows. So what is the seating capacity?
100 per concert.
100 per
so we're
concert,
keeping the pews, keeping the stained glass. The stage has been extended. It'll have professional lighting and sound, but the capacity is 100 per show. So they're doing 3 shows. November 10th, Friday night, 7 p.m. That show's almost sold out.
Okay.
And then Saturday, November 11th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Those
Okay.
still have plenty, but the November 10th will probably be sold out by the end of this week.
Okay. And if you
There's 35 singers in the chorale.
Okay.
So you got to think that's like COVID graduation. Each of them get 3 family members maybe. So buy tickets immediately.
Yeah, that's just it. When you start looking at, that's when we were talking about the corral and stuff. I thought, well, just them bringing their family members and stuff, that is, that's a lot. So
it is.
If you want a ticket, you better get on it.
This concert is going to be accompanied by piano, saxophone, bass, and drums. I can't wait to hear the acoustics in the venue. I cannot wait.
Wonderful.
I can't wait.
Wonderful.
I've been saying it since we got the building donated to us. Imagine if the Frist and the Ryman had a baby, and then right here in Robertson County is that child.
Oh, I love that.
That's the reputation I want, and that's where we're going with it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that. I love that. So, what are they? Are they going to be doing Christmas music or
nope?
No, but I didn't think
I'm
so.
so glad you asked that question.
It's not. It's not
the next
show.
paragraph.
Yeah, it's not the Christmas show.
This is not. This is. Musetta keeps explaining this concert as intense. This is the corral you should have joined. I think so.
Yeah, I've been talking. Once I started teaching, it was like, okay, that's on the. I've got to put that on the back burner for now.
I understand,
but
as long as it's bringing you love and joy.
Yeah. So
from Motown to Broadway. So please wait a minute, Mr. Postman. I heard it on the grapevine. Stop in the Name of Love. 2, Wicked. I Dreamed a Dream, On My Own, Bring 'Em Home. 2.
Yeah.
And then the story of Fiddler on the Roof revolves around the story. They're going to tell the story of each of these songs.
Love it.
It's
going to be wonderful.
Set in Imperial Russia at a turn of the 20th century. It's similar to what Ukraine has been experiencing recently with people being made to leave their homeland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerful stuff, guys.
Powerful stuff. And then from Wicked.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my daughter-in-law and her mother and sister went to see Wicked this past weekend. I think that's like her 3rd time to see it.
Yes. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait till Ollie's old enough to start going to plays again.
So, it won't be long.
I know. Well, and the concert and event hall at Willow Oak is going to be used for plays, rehearsals, round tables. Hopefully one day I can get comedy shows in there.
That's a fun idea.
Right?
That's a fun idea. I love that idea.
Can you imagine people buying tickets for me to make them laugh all night? I'm just kidding. I wouldn't.
Are you a comedian? I didn't know you were a closet comedian.
I'm a closet. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be on the radio and I wanted to tell jokes all the time and nobody tell me what I can or can't say.
Oh my goodness.
It's my ultimate goal in life.
Oh my goodness. So comedian on the stage.
On stage.
Go for it.
You know who else could? Roger Bunch.
Really?
Oh my goodness. We could be sitting somewhere and he'll say the funniest, most random thing and I'll get in trouble because I laugh and I can't contain myself. He's literally one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life.
Really?
Yes.
Isn't that interesting?
Oh, yeah.
Because comedic timing is hard.
It is.
I mean, it is.
You gotta be quick-witted.
Yeah.
And he is definitely quick-witted.
Yeah.
There'll be times other people will say something and he'll just look at me and I know what he's thinking. I'm like, stop it. You're going to get me in trouble.
You are so funny. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're talking with Laci Beau and she is from Willow Oak and Everything Arts here in Robertson County. And they are initiating, rolling out the new venue for the performance theater, I guess we can call it, that's happening at their new location. And it's dedication to the one and only Roger Bunch. And it's going to be wonderful. So we want you to, if you want tickets, you got to get them soon. Student tickets are $5. Adult tickets are $20. You can purchase them by phone at 615-380-8071, 615-380-8071. One more time, 615-380-8071 if you want to purchase by phone. Or you can go to willowoakarts.org to purchase tickets online. There'll be like a little thing.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can go and find this poster and hit the QR code, maybe. We'll take you there as well. So, love QR codes. They're so much fun. But this is Friday, November the 10th at 7 p.m. So, it's 2 weeks from this Friday. And then the next day on Saturday, November the 11th, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. You're going to have to get your tickets because only 300 people are going to get to see this show.
They're going to be exciting.
Yes, it's going to be wonderful. So
very exciting.
Get your tickets. So what else is going on at Willow Oak? Are we doing a Christmas show?
Yes, the Christmas show will be in December.
Okay.
December.
So do we know, it's going to be in the same setting and under the same kind of guys that there's going to be about 300 tickets available?
Yes. The Christmas, we're going to have 2 Christmas concerts. Let's back it on up, Terry. November 18th is your jazz concert.
Okay.
Steve said it's swamp music. It's traditional country, jazz, and blues. Steve Daly is local, and he's a touring musician. So we're excited about that, too.
He's going to be doing that show.
November 18th.
Okay.
That'll be a country, blues, and jazz concert. We're able to give this because we got a grant from Tennessee Arts Commission, a touring grant. Then right before that, we have a Jean Hart book release party. Her next book is placed in Robertson County, in Springfield.
Oh, wow.
The setting is in Springfield.
Okay.
So she's coming and she's releasing that book, so she's going to talk about that. So, yeah, the first thing is a book release party, a meet and greet, and a book signing. She's published over 30 books.
Okay.
So this one's exciting. Then it's from Motown to Broadway. Then it's a country blues jazz concert. Then it's the Candlelight Christmas Jam concert. Then it's a holiday market. And then it's the Christmas concert performance.
Oh, wow.
Just back to back. We hope to keep the venue bumping.
Okay, so go back to
the
Christmas dates there. Talk to me about, you said you had the what are all the different Christmas ones, and what are the dates on those? So we're going to put those on the calendar.
December, Friday the 1st, is a Candlelight Christmas Jam concert. That will be the country, blues, and jazz. All of your favorite country music performed with a live guitar, bass drums, acoustic guitar, electric guitar. It'll be kind of more of a date night. Come here when you think of like the Ryman having Christmas concerts. It'll be just like that.
Okay.
Then the holiday market will be our artisans from Willow Oak selling things, and you can have ornaments, painting.
And will that be inside the sanctuary area? Yep. Okay, that'll be inside there. And do you know how many vendors will be there, or different ones?
I'm not sure. I think she was up to about 10 the last I checked.
Okay, but it'll be people that have developed their craft through Willow Oak.
Yeah, and the people, mostly our instructors, the ones who are teaching their crafts at Willow Oak.
Okay, very good.
And then the Christmas concert performance, which will be the Willow Oak Chorale and Children's Chorus, that'll be December 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Okay.
Yes, that'll be that one. Hear the music of Christmas. That will be kind of the children's recital, because the Children's Chorus has 20 kids in it this year.
Oh, wow.
And then the chorale has 35.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that'll be wonderful.
They're wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're having so much fun. Miss Amy Fletcher is directing the children's chorale this year. Oh, she's had a blast with them.
I love it when kids get together and those voices, those sweet little voices. It's just nothing like it. It's so precious.
Wonderful. They have so much fun too.
I know they do. Well, it's going to be fun. And I mean, this is just, if somebody wants to just come by and see the new digs and kind of get a tour, they can do that.
Oh, yeah. We give at least a tour a day, I feel like. Mm-hmm. People stop in daily, and we love that. The front door is open. If it doesn't open, there's a doorbell. The side door on Oak Street is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
Okay.
We have leatherworking classes going on.
So what are give me some of the, let me do a break real quick. We're talking with Laci Beau. She is with Willow Oak, everything Willow Oak. And we just want to continue to invite you to come out and be a part of all the things that they have going on there. And I also want to invite you to get out to the races, because Highland Rim Speedway, that's how you knew it for years and years, is Veterans Motorplex, as you know. Well, Jerry says, on the calendar, the original calendar, it said going through October 2023. Well, when I talked to him earlier this week, he says, we're going to go 2 weeks into November. And I keep in the know because I got a couple of students that are out there working. So they keep me on. They're like, no, Miss Vivio, we've got a couple more weeks. So I got some clarification from him, and he's got 3 more weekends of racing. And the gates will open at 4 p.m. The racing will start at 6 and will go until about 9. Now, one of the special features this weekend, because we are approaching Halloween, is they're going to do their trunk or treat from race cars. That is something that any kid will have a blast at. And, hitting the trunk or treats this weekend, not a bad idea, because it's going to be so super cold next Tuesday night. And if you want your kiddos to do a lot of trick or treating, you need to really take advantage of the trunk or treats that are all over the place this weekend, because, again, it's going to be cold Halloween night, you guys. But now this is going on. The gates will open at 4, and he said the trunk or treating will start pretty much after the gates open, maybe up around 4:30, but they'll have that before the racing gets started, of course, at 6. So you're going to want to come out to the Old Highland Rim Speedway. That is Veterans Motorplex. They are located at 6801 Kelly Willis Road in Greenbrier. You can call them at 615-643-8725, 615-643-8725, and talk with Jerry and get all the details. But when you do, please let them know that U-Turn sent you, and get on out there and trunk or treat from race cars. It's going to be a good time. And back to the show, talking with Laci Beau. Talk to me about some of the classes you've got going on right now.
Or got a creepy castle in gouache. Look how cute that is. That's this weekend. Gouache is a style of painting on its own. We'll say it's a mix of watercolor. I'm not exactly positive what gouache is, but I'm going to take that class this weekend and I'll find out.
Oh, fun. Okay,
Isn't
so
that fun?
this is a class, and this is all in keeping with the Halloween theme. Creepy castle paint. So you can, and it's called gouache.
Gouache. Yep. She makes her own gouache. Correct me if I'm wrong, Danielle. She makes some of her own watercolor, so I could be wrong. But I'm going to find out what gouache is, because some of the metallic paints that she has are gorgeous.
Okay.
I want everything to sparkle the way those paints do.
Okay.
All of our afternoon arts classes. Okay, so we stopped these classes because we thought they would fill up, and we had specific people we were going to offer them to, invite them to, but they haven't filled up. Afternoon arts, November and December. Kids Create, November and December. And Mommy and Me in November and December are still free.
Okay.
Yes. So anybody wants to sign up, just give us a call. Some of the links aren't live. If the link isn't live, it doesn't mean that the class is full. Just give us a call. We like to figure it out. We try
Did you say they're free?
free through a Tennessee Arts Commission grant.
Wow. And so go through that list of classes again, guys. So you won't have the cost. This is a grant class. And so what have you got available?
There's a $10 deposit, and the only reason we ask you to pay that deposit is to secure the spot. When your child attends, you get refunded. And that's just to give an encouragement to attend the class.
Right.
Afternoon arts.
That's for kids. What are the ages for the kids?
Grades 4 through 8.
Okay.
They're painting with pencils. Their next one is glass stone mandalas. That's a cool one. That's in December. Mommy and Me, ages 18 months to 4 years old. And that's Mommy and Me, but that could be mom, dad, grandma. If your aunt's the baby's favorite, let them come. They're making a piece of art together that you can treasure.
Okay. I love that. And those are free classes. I love this.
Kids Create is monthly, Saturday, November 11th, and then Saturday, December 9th. Both of these classes. In our schedule, it says that they're full, but they're not full.
Okay.
So if people still want to join those, we still have space for at least 5 to 7 kids per class.
Okay.
So that's a lot of kids we want to reach.
Absolutely. I love it.
Yeah.
And where can we get this flyer? You've got all the things here. Where can we get these?
You can have that other one I gave you. Stop by Willow Oak. I've got them spread out in waiting rooms around the county and outside of the county. If you want, it's digital, it's online. You can see everything online, but isn't it nice?
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
And I mean,
I'm so proud of how full this is.
Yeah. I mean, it blows my mind. The images that just kind of really help you to see what's available and what you can do, plus the complete schedule. And I mean, you've got the details broken down, but then you also have the quick view, so you can go, okay, what's in, I've got some time in this month.
Right.
So what can I look at real quickly and see what's going on? So I love your little, your little quick hit right here.
Yes.
But then you've got all the details about those classes throughout that.
You know what? That's a Musetta thing. I could get, so sometimes it's these details that are most important to me, but she's a list person. Please have a list in the MailChimp.
That's wonderful.
Yep. That's her thing.
That's what caught my eye, because we are so bombarded with information as teachers. You can't believe the emails I get, just pages and pages of emails. And it's so hard to decipher. Okay. And you have a limited amount of time. It's like, okay, what do I need to look at now? Because I've got a minute. What can I read? And it would be so nice if they just if everybody, and some do,
Have an outline.
yeah, say you've got this, this, and this in here, and just that little list. So that's good it just helps so much.
Yeah, if anybody wants a catalog, just give us a call. We're hoping to do these catalogs 3 times a year. Okay. Our friends at Gateway Printing help us. They actually give us a nonprofit rate, so I feel like they're one of our biggest supporters. I'm able to do double the print marketing and offer things like this just because of them. We've got macrame, soap making, holiday soap making. You could come make soaps and gift them. Book publishing from Jean Hart. That's awesome.
That's something that honestly I want to do, because while I write all the time and I've got a published book, but I didn't publish it. It was published by a publisher up in Nashville. But I'm a big fan of self-publishing. Big fan of it. Is she self-published? or do you know?
I'm not positive. I would have.
I want to learn more about it, and I've got some friends that have done it and done it really well, and they've given me some tips. But I really need somebody to take me by the hand and guide me. I tried doing some self-publishing on Amazon, and it didn't turn out very well. And it's still there. You can go look at it, but it's like, eh. But I need to do a lot of work on it because I've got a lot of books that need to be republished. They need to be they need some new art. They just need some things.
So we have a Scribbler Society.
And what is
for
that
people
about?
just like you.
Okay.
It's a gathering of writers to be, and people who are curious about where to start and how to continue with the process.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of a round table. It's facilitated by instructors, by Tony Cowan, Miss Hart, Danielle Taylor, Denise Ralston Haley, and more. So it's not really instructed, it's facilitated. Yesterday, I think that there were 12 people downstairs because they met yesterday, and it was just wonderful. I was sitting at the top of the steps just eavesdropping. They're so like-minded. They're so passionate. And the conversation just carried from the process of starting, their ideas, how to continue with their ideas, how to organize their thoughts. It was really interesting to hear.
So I could just pop into this meeting. I don't have to. Okay. Because I'm in school, so I can't, I'm not available right now, but I do have time off, so whenever I get a Wednesday, I want to pop in and just sit down and talk to those folks. That is really cool.
Yes.
So, and I want to check out this book release. So when is this book release that Miss
Sunday, November 5th from 12 to 4. And she has done this, and this is something she's sharing with our community all on her own. This is free. She's going to have games and prizes and a book signing. She's going to read from her novel. And I'm excited to hear about the storyline that's based here in Springfield.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I think that's fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So many things going on. Recap for us. I saw Brian and Tiffany have finally decided to come back and join me again. They've been just avoiding me. But no, I'm kidding.
Okay, so all the classes are going on. And also remember, thanks to sponsors and always based on funding, scholarships are available. If you want to take a class, but you feel like you financially can't commit to it, please let us know. There's a scholarship application, and we turn no one away.
Very good.
So we've got concerts coming up. You can go to willowoakarts.org/annual events, and then you can see all of the upcoming concerts. But this one is special. It's presented by the Willow Oak Chorale. It's going to be Friday, November 10th and Saturday, November 11th. You have 3 chances to see the show. It's a dedication and an opening of the Roger Bunch Concert and Event Hall. You can find us online, willowoakarts.org, and find all the information.
I love it.
Yep.
It's going to be a wonderful time.
Thanks to Experience Robertson County, we get to convert that sanctuary into the concert and event hall.
That is very cool.
It was a $10,000 grant that let us do the professional lighting and sound and renovate the stage. So we're really excited about that.
That is very cool. It is a treasure for Robertson County, what's going on with Willow Oak, and it just continues to grow and expand. Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
And I will put these out for my kiddos to look at.
Yeah.
Because and I'm right across the hall from the art teacher. Mm-hmm. And so I give her stuff, when I bring stuff in from Willow Oak, I handed her, you gave me some flyers about the art in the park and all of that. I gave her some of those. And so, I hand stuff off to her a lot.
You're the best.
So I will give her one of these as well, and I'll keep one in my classroom.
Awesome.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you so much.
Laci. Love you, sister.
Day.
You too. Talk to you
you
later. We're going to let her slide out as Brian and Tiffany make their way in. And while she's doing that, we're going to do one of our ads. But I also want to take this moment to remind you that Recovery Court graduation is today. Recovery Court graduation, we want to invite you to come out, get there at 11:30 and have dinner. And it will change your life watching these stories and hearing these stories about people that somebody didn't give up on. So many people that go through addiction, people just rock on. They just wash their hands of them. You can't do that. They've got an illness, and you gotta fight with them through it. And that we have a place here with Recovery Court that does that. I'm just so honored to be on the board and get to be there with them. I took the day off from school so I can be at Recovery Court graduation today. Again, get there at 11:30. We'll start right at noon, and I think there's 8 graduating this time. We have 2 graduations a year, so I hope y'all can come be a part of it. And I need to do the Corbin Creek ad, but I had to make sure. And so you want to help me with the Corbin Creek ad, Brian?
I thought about you this morning. So this is an all-time record. We bought stuff back in May for just the pretty stuff, the flowers and all. Mm-hmm. It is October 27th. Still alive. Still rolling on my back porch. It helps because it doesn't get maybe some of the cold on it because it's covered back there. But I bought, I don't know, 5 or 6 things. Plus my garden is still giving me, I got cherry tomatoes out of it for a salad this week.
Isn't that crazy?
It's just, it won't go away. So,
Yeah, so-
it was, and it's not my green thumb, I promise you. It's good stuff is why
Corbin.
we've had great weather. That also helps. But anyway, yeah. So if you want stuff that will last you now, what is that? My math's bad. 5 months of just beauty I've had back there for my investment back in May. It's it's going to be hard to get rid of it. So
I
when it finally
know.
gets
And
cold,
if you, in this coming week, if you don't bring it in off the porch, it's going to probably get
done.
bit because they're
we got some
saying
cooler weather coming.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Halloween the low is 30. Okay.
Yeah, I heard it's going to cool down a lot.
It's dropping like a stone, and then Wednesday. I was telling them at CR last night. One of our sweet participants, she was talking about being cold. I'm like, well, get ready, because this time next week, when you walk out of the door of the church, we're going to be going into a low of about 26. So
in my old life, we used to have a soccer championship the first weekend of November every year. You could set your watch by that because we were outside the entire weekend. That is the weekend it would get so cold. We never had a warm one in 12 years, and it would be like 70 the week before, and then that weekend would be like, and we had to go up north sometimes too. It'd be high of 38 and lows in the teens, and that's usually when it hits. So.
Well, and I'm telling you guys, so take care of your plants next week. Take care of them because boy, that's going to be something. That's going to take out a lot of stuff.
It will.
But this is the time, like Brian's saying, to wrap up what you did this last season. Get ready as we get on into it. If you get a little bit of mild weather after those cherry tomatoes, but you need to get that garden cleaned out because you can start planting mid-February the cool weather vegetables. I mean, that's when they really need to go on the ground. So you need to get your garden cleaned out and get ready because, I mean, it will be just a minute and we'll be back into spring because time goes so fast. Now's the time to get the perennials in the ground. It is the time to plant perennials. Let me say it again. Plant your perennials now and you will have some beautiful, fun things popping up in the spring. Go in and check out all the things they have in the gift store. They'll be there with that throughout the cold weather. And just pray for Miss Amy. She hates cold weather. She hates it really bad, and she'll get a little grumpy on you. No, she'll kill me, but she is not a fan of cold weather. But you can come in there and talk to her in the shop. Now's a good time to sit down and talk to her and kind of get some good advice. And you can check out the CBD products. We can't say enough about that. From headache salves to bug salves to oils and things for arthritis. And it's local CBD products produced by the plants where Brother Bill grows. Handmade items from Miss Jane. Love the Corbins. Get out there and see them today. 4920 Highway 161. 4920 Highway 161, or you can give them a call, 615-384-3185, 615-384-3185, and let them know U-Turn sent you. All right, guys. It seems like it's been forever since I've seen y'all. I mean, I saw Tiffany at the Chili Challenge.
Yeah.
And
how did y'all make out?
I didn't go for very long. I had so many things going on that night. I was supposed to actually be somewhere else, and I just like, well, I can't. I didn't want to drive to Gallatin. I did not want to drive to Gallatin, and so I didn't. But but it looked like a wonderful time, and it just I just love all things open door. I mean, they're just amazing. They're just I've got to get her in here. I haven't talked to her in a while. I haven't had Sean in, so I need to get her in. I saw her coming out of Walmart the other day, and I was on the phone with my mother, and I was like, that kind of. But so, do you remember who won? Did you?
I just remember that the fire department won a lot of awards, so they probably came out overall the best. I told my kids, I was like, there you go, boys. Like, if you want some time to cook and work out and get paid for it, become a fireman.
You just have to run into burning buildings. But
there you go.
Other than that's the only downside.
If there's a burning building. Although they were down on that bomb scare downtown. I saw them down there.
Bomb, yeah. That was what happened with that. From what I understand,
I talked to Irvin yesterday. It was in his building.
Yeah, Mayor told me about that because Mayor was in there. He said Mayor Vogel was saying that somebody was cleaning somewhere.
They were cleaning out a property.
Came across one, and he was like, "Look what I found." And then he brought it to see what, hey, what do I do with this? Mm-hmm. So it wasn't anything nefarious in any way. It was just somebody going, I think this is something that somebody needs to take. And they went and they inspected the property, and there was about 4 or 5 of them, I think, is when they went, if I'm not mistaken.
Irvin said that he called the police just because he didn't know how to dispose of them.
Yeah.
He said they didn't even have like an ignite or anything like that.
Oh, was he the one that found them?
It was his building.
Oh,
and they were cleaning out a property. I saw him at Rotary yesterday, so he was telling me about it. And he said it was a little bit of a misunderstanding, like how it got blown up, but they had to take those precautions just in case that they were dangerous. But it was really just some old stuff that had been left behind. But they were being very cautious, which they should, to protect people's safety.
For sure.
Yeah, but it was not like somebody was trying to blow up downtown. It was just some old stuff they found.
It's just like, what's this?
What is this? Yeah, what is that?
That's fun. But anyway, we've got a great, I'm going to get our fire chief on. I have got his card. He was in here the other day because, and I can't say his last name. What is it? It's like
I can't, I'm going to butcher
Polish.
it. Yeah, I'm going to butcher it too. And I got to know him a little bit. He came to speak to our radio. My father was a firefighter for
I knew he was.
years and ran into a lot of burning buildings. And so they do get time to work out and cook, but then also the burning building part is like, and they love.
You say it. There it is, his card. I got to call him.
Glodowski. That's it.
Glodowski.
Glodowski. I'm glad you had that.
My husband.
I would have butchered that. I would not, off of my memory, would not have come out that.
Well, and it's so funny because my husband, is Bohemian but Polish and all kinds of things, and I mean, he wouldn't even blinked. He'd have been like, "Well, that's Glodowski, of course."
Yeah. I mean, our mouths don't work that way.
He speaks this language. I don't. It's like up north and all of that. So,
my tongue has trouble forming those sounds.
But I was playing. I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to get him on the schedule, and I've got to call him. I had told him a tentative date that didn't work out, and I haven't called him yet. So I'm going to put that right there, so I don't forget to call him because I want to get him on the schedule. But yes, we love our firefighters. I'm trying to talk one of our students. I've got a student that's an athlete, just a great young man, about to graduate, and he does not have a clue what he's going to do. And he's like, I don't know, Miss Vivio. And I said, well, what about law enforcement? I said, well, what about firefighter? And so I'm just trying to help him see you need a career. And these are careers. These are great careers.
I think you have to be, the ones I've known growing up around there, love it. Like they would put out fires for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the way my dad was. Like if he was off and he heard a call because he had the little thing and it would come through, he would go up there sometime and just do it for fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like because he wanted to be a part of whatever was going on. So I think you got to have something like that. Same for law enforcement. I think they have to have a passion to protect folks and serve the community. And I don't think that's something you can force.
So I don't think I'm going to talk this young man into it.
I mean, maybe in some cases, but in most cases, it seems like people just really
You're probably right.
Yeah.
You're probably right. But we just need people in our law enforcement.
Yeah.
And, and something that I was thinking about when I was talking about the temperatures, my father's house. You need to get in touch with them. They need volunteers. If you've got some coats laying around, I've got a feeling, I don't know. I mean, we need to talk to Charlene and kind of see what they need right now. But if we're going to get into the 30s and 20s and 30s next week, they're going to be open. And I think, well, you know what the temperature is what the temperature has to drop to for them to open?
It's usually 32. It's like freezing, but
they'll be open next week.
They should be. I just had a site visit with them the other day, and there's a lot of things that kind of threw them for a loop with the whole zoning thing, and so they're really working hard to try to be open next week. As of right now, they're not ready. So,
oh really?
It's not that they haven't done anything; it's inspection stuff.
Oh,
so,
okay.
It's not like I was in there. It was clean. It was ready. The beds were made.
Okay.
But there was like some inspection stuff that they were waiting on because the zoning changed when they had to get it zoned to be able to stay there. There was now some new zoning issues. And so I'm sure they will find a way to make it happen because even if they have to get like a temporary thing or whatever, because it needs to happen. Look, yeah, I think Leah Blocker was telling me that Halloween it's going to be freezing. So already on the 31st, it's going to be really cold. But the Boo Bash Dash this weekend is going to be beautiful.
Yes, it is. It's going to be, it's going to be like 70.
Yeah, it's going to be a super nice day.
So.
Yes, which is not always the case for the Boo Bash Dash. So we've ran in the rain before, but it's going to be really nice.
You dress up, you come out, and and that's something it had slipped my mind that it's time for the Boo Bash Dash.
It is Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and do you know what the time is on that?
That's a good question.
Yeah, you get the info on that.
I should know.
And Charlene,
it's at the fairgrounds, so they've moved it to. You'll drive by the fairgrounds and you'll see they're having bounce houses and vendors and all sorts. It's a party, so even if you're not a runner,
go party with Casa. Yeah. Support. A lot of the vendors are giving back a certain percentage of proceeds to Casa. So come and support in any way you can, even if it's cheer on runners or just what. It's going to be a party. It's going to be so much fun. So come out. I should know because I will be there, but it's in the morning. I think I have to be there at 8, but I don't think that's what time it starts. So
well, and Charlene is kind of checking in here, and she says that they need volunteers. But Charlene, we got a question for you. Will you possibly be open next week for the first dip in the temperatures? Is there any way that you're going to be able to open up? So maybe she'll answer that question for us. But the Boo Bash Dash, that is something I wish my grandkids lived closer, because trying to get them here for a lot of things, they're an hour away. But I just think that would be so much fun to take your little ones out there and dress them up, and you might pull them in a wagon or whatever you need to do to be a part of just an amazing event for an amazing organization. If you're not familiar with CASA, it is Court Appointed Special Advocate.
Good job. Oh, you got it.
And what these folks do is they go in when kids are in like the custody of their foster families, or they've been had to be removed from homes. There's custody issues. They have somebody that is consistent with them. Judges may change. The agent that's handling their case may change. The what am I looking for? The social worker may change.
Social worker will change probably.
CASA will stay the same, and that's that stability for kids. And man, be a CASA if you possibly can.
It absolutely helps children not to fall through the cracks. The foster care system is cracked and broken, and the only way to make sure that individual children don't fall through is to have an individual person assigned to them to watch them. Caseworkers are overworked. They are absolutely overworked. They have too many cases, and we can't keep them here in Robertson County. I don't know how the other counties are doing, but I know here we cannot keep caseworkers because there's more stability in doing like the CPS side, the investigation side. You have more control over your hours. And so a lot of moms and stuff want to be over there because they're also raising kids at the same time. And so we're having a really hard time keeping the really good ones on the permanency side, the ones that, follow the kids through the case. And so, but a CASA it's a low commitment, 10 hours a month, not a huge commitment, and really can make a difference in a child's life between falling through the cracks and becoming another statistic, spending their life in prison, and actually making something out of their life. It really does have a huge impact. So it starts at 9 a.m. is when the race starts. Okay. If you have registered, the packet pickup is the night before at BS Brewworks. It's always kind of a big party. You go and get your packet, you get your bib number, you get everything ready for the race. And then 9 a.m. Is when that gun goes. I don't know if they really use a gun. I think they might though. the starting gun. Pistols, starting pistol. Sorry. So will go off at 9 o'clock, and it's just going to be a party. I mean, you see Mr. Potato Head running out there, and dinosaurs, and all sorts of different things. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun.
I love it. And that is this Saturday, guys. Boo Bash Dash, big fundraiser for CASA. Be a part of it. And you told Leah, I said, hey, normally she comes in and visits with me, and it just slipped up on me.
Yeah, well, it's been hard because Kendall was her assistant. She's no longer with CASA. She actually went over to recovery court, so she's doing good things over there. And then Kathy Williams just got hired, but she doesn't start till November 1st. Okay. So Leah's been doing this whole Boo Bash Dash like on her own, so she has been a little overwhelmed. So
for sure. So very good. Well, what else have you got going on?
Well, we've got our Give Thanks campaign going on right now, which is where we're compiling boxes for families in our community that would otherwise not have a holiday meal. And the food boxes consist of a $25 gift card so they can get their meat, whatever they choose and whatever fits their culture, which I love. You can get carne asada with it, or you can get turkey with it, whatever works for you. And then there's, other holiday fixins, and then stuff for the rest of the weekend, like there's pasta and sauce and, snacks and stuff that go into this box. And so it costs about $50 to $75, depending on where you shop and what deals you get, to put a box together. And so we have a goal to put together 100 local boxes, and we're at about 6. So now's the time. Now's the
We have a
time.
couple companies that have verbally committed. So
Yes.
they're putting together. I don't know their numbers yet. I can check back around. So we're above that. But yes, we still need them.
It's definitely like once you flip that calendar, like, oh, it's November, then people start thinking about Thanksgiving. So I'm not worried about it yet. I'm just letting people know that there's a lot of opportunity to make sure that you get in on that. So, and it's a really fun thing to do with a group of people. And if you all pitch in, it's really not a hard thing. I know somebody was saying their women's group was going to do one, and that was like the entry to come that night was bring something off of the list. And so there's a lot of fun ways to do it. So
I love it. And where can they get the list so they know what needs to go in the box?
you can email me at tiffany.thomson, THOMSON @unitedwaygn.org, and I can send it to you.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's on the website.
It is. There's a whole one-stop link that we can send you that has everything you would need to basically do it.
I know
if you want to donate financially, if you want to do a kid, if however you want to do it, we can do that. And I think we could probably even post the one-sheeter thing in the comments
Yeah,
section.
I can put it in the
They have a
comments
one-sheeter that has all the items that you would need.
because
to
I
pick
had
up.
some of those last year. I handed to my kiddos. I tried to get my students involved in this, and they just kind of got stared at me and rolled their eyes. But anyway, you know how that is. But I just couldn't get them. I just couldn't get them motivated to do it. So I'm going to try again this year.
We appreciate it.
But yeah, just I don't know what.
Teenagers are so easy to motivate. I don't understand.
What is your problem?
I don't know.
But all the ones that are donated here in Robertson County stay here in Robertson County. On the sheet, it says to bring it to Geodis Park on November 9th. You do not have to do that. You can bring it directly to our office and make sure that all the ones that are made here will stay here and go to families here in our community. And so the Geodis Park is a really fun thing. It's where a lot of corporations come in, and they've put together a lot of boxes, and it's an amazing event, and we do get some of the boxes from that. So we're grateful for it, but don't feel like you have to take your stuff down to Geodis Park.
Where is
we'll take it
that?
right here
That is the soccer stadium over near the fairgrounds where the soccer team plays.
in Nashville.
In Nashville.
Yeah, near the Nashville. Yeah, so it's a new thing, and they're a partner of ours, and so they let us. They have a huge parking lot, obviously, so they let us host so people can bring in stuff, and then we'll also in the afternoon we'll have volunteers come and pick up that we'll go drop off to distribution locations. If you want to be a part of that, or if you want your company to be a part of that, or you work in Nashville and like to pop over there and volunteer for a couple hours, that is in that link as well. You can sign up to volunteer. We would love to have you. A lot of people, though, that contact us work and live in this community, and they're like, why would I want to drive to Nashville to bring something so it's going to come right back here?
Yeah.
You can drop it at our office the week of the 6th. I will not be here, and I don't know if you're here the 9th, that drop-off day, but we will arrange another time that week to pick up. And then if it comes in a little late, we'll still take it. And
We're actually not taking it to our local agencies here until the next week.
Yeah.
So, you got plenty of time when it comes to the Robertson County drop-off.
But it is going to be here in a minute, because you figure a week from tomorrow is, what would that? My anniversary is coming up, so that's where I'm at. Our 35th anniversary is on November 5th. And
congratulations!
Thank you very much.
35, man.
Yeah.
Not easy.
So, we have a big anniversary coming up, and so that's where I keep going. A week from Friday is the 3rd of November.
The first.
I don't know. I keep my head is not together today.
That's all right.
I haven't had my caffeine. When you don't have your caffeine, you're just kind of fog.
You would not want to see me if I didn't have this coffee with me right now. So.
I guess I really am dependent on it, because I didn't have any caffeine this morning intentionally, and oh my goodness, I can tell a difference.
I've been trying to cut back, but on the way over here, I had it sitting by me, and I'm like, I got to take a few sips.
Yeah, I
will not be able to think on the air if I don't. Take
I'm having a little bit of a struggle this morning, a little bit of a struggle bus. I'm just not clear. I had Laci. It was so funny. Laci Beau was on schedule to come in. I forget, maybe it was Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember what day, but she was going to come in, and she had something happen at home. Something went out at home, and she couldn't come. She's got kids, And I was like, that's no problem. Well, then I'd also messed up the schedule on the 7:30 person. Ended up I didn't have a guest. Yeah. I talked nonstop for an hour. And there's always things I can talk about, but I don't know if I could do that today, because I haven't had my caffeine. We're talking with Brian Pulley and Tiffany Thomson. They are with United Way. We have a wonderful United Way here. I brag on y'all all the time. I don't know if y'all hear that. I was talking about the give thanks boxes with somebody earlier this week, that's something that we all need to get on board with. And start working with. But what else do you guys have going on? We have one more ad to do. We can do that in just a moment.
I was just going to say, we had a record-breaking Laundry Love last month. We have never had so many customers come in. We have never had so many loads of laundry that we have done. It was exhausting and tiring work. I want to give a shout out to the volunteers that were there and stayed. I know I was wiped out for about 2 days afterwards, and I wasn't even the one doing all the heavy lifting. So it was absolutely an amazing thing to see. And in fact, we ran out of money, and I went out there and I told the person accepting the laundry, and I said, we won't have enough money to do their laundry. And they said, yeah, we will. I'll go get money out of my purse and I will pay for their laundry. Oh. And we had volunteers reach into their own pockets and pay about $400 in donations from our volunteers that were already there giving their time to make sure that everybody who brought their laundry was going to be able to have their laundry done. It was an absolutely amazing thing to witness. And so I just can't say enough about the volunteers and the people who help keep this program going. It's an amazing service to our community. Can you imagine waking up and not having any clean clothes to put on? I know when I'm out of laundry and I'm like, shoot, I don't have anything clean to wear. My clothes are only, maybe if I have to put on something dirty, it's a day dirty. It's not a week dirty. It's not a month. And so, I just can't say enough about the amazing program that Laundry Love is and what it does for our community. We only have enough funding to make it through the end of the year. So if that's something that you would like to donate to, please, you can make your donations to COPE. Make sure that the memo or you verbally tell them if you go, you can go and take cash to them and they'll put it aside, but let them know that it's for Laundry Love. So.
Okay.
So how many loads do you do? Did you know?
It was over 1,100 and something loads of laundry.
What do you normally do?
Last couple months, it's been around like 850 loads a month. But still, so we usually do a lot, but we have never done that many loads ever. So
that's incredible. That's incredible. Yeah. I stopped by for a minute and got to see the workings of it, and just was so impressed. I can't imagine doing that many loads of laundry. I just can't even. That just blows my mind. I just don't even see how you can possibly facilitate that in that little building. That's what's incredible.
And that is the equivalent of like a home washer load. So there are some machines that can take several loads at one time.
That is true.
So that is true. But you are still lifting that many pounds of clothes, and then you're lifting that many pounds of wet clothes, and then it is very exhausting. Yeah, it is definitely. I definitely didn't go to the gym before it that day. It's an exhausting thing physically. Emotionally, to watch the people that come in that are hurting and struggling. So it's a labor of love for sure.
I love it. It's an amazing thing. So when is the next Laundry Love?
Next Laundry Love will be the Friday before Thanksgiving. What's the date on that? It is.
It's the third Friday, right?
It's always the third Friday. So it's the 17th of November will be our next Laundry Love. And then in December, we're doing a linen drive. So if you have any towels, blankets, sheets that are lightly used or new ones would be even better, you can drop those off at the United Way office, leave them in the lobby if I'm not there, and we will bring those. It's amazing. We just take them to the laundromat, put them out. People go through and they swap up. So if they got better sheets than what they have, they'll take the better sheets and stuff. And even last year we got a couple things that nobody really wanted, and we donated it to people with animals or animal shelters. And so we'll take what you got, and we'll make good use out of it.
Well, because they need they've got the new animal shelter going to be opening up soon, and they are going to need all kinds of stuff out there, and the towels and things like that for the dogs. They need all of those things. So I just love it. So many good things. Well, let me do this last break here for Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. And then we'll come back and finish up talking with my friends Tiffany Thomson and Brian Pulley here from the United Way. If you are looking to do something in real estate, there's all kinds of ways you can get in touch with Barry and Rebecca Richards. Now, one of the best ways is to just get on there and Google them. And you go Rebecca Richards, Exit Realty Garden Gate team. You're going to get led to her webpage, also to her Facebook page that will tell you all about. She's got a neighborhood guide on her webpage. So if you want to go to Cottontown, there's a little Cottontown neighborhood guide that will tell you of some things going on in Cottontown, some properties that are available. There's one for Gouletsville, White House. They've got featured listings. They've got listings. Of course, they concentrate. They're Robertson Countyans. They've been here 27 plus years, but they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. You can go on down her page and you'll find homes for sale in the 37075 area code, homes for sale in Springfield, homes for sale in Portland, homes for sale in Greenbrier. So you can come and bring your kids there and I can teach them. There's just all kinds of wonderful features on her webpage. Same thing with Barry. When you go to Barry's page, you're going to find out about his marketing background, which is just so priceless when it comes to making sure your property is seen in the best light. They are great friends of this program, and they are brokers, separate brokers. They are, of course, partners in marriage, and they help each other out. But Barry always reminds me we're separate brokers. He's the broker here in Springfield. They have an office there on the square. Rebecca is the broker in White House and has a separate office, but they do work together to make sure that you are properly represented no matter what side of the table you're sitting on, buying or selling. If you want a great team to work with, it's Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden and Gate team. Sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy BUYRobertsonCounty.com. Quick ways to link them, but again, just Google them and you'll find all kinds of wonderful things about my friends. Let them know U-Turn sent you. What else do we have, my friends? More friends? What else we need to talk about?
Long campaign season for us right now, so we're dead in the middle of it, and it's just been wonderful and also a little bit exhausting because we're like fully back to doing all of the activities and fun, and I think it's even more so because a lot of companies that we work with weren't able to do some of these things during the last few years that we dealt with. And so they're like, want to do it all this year in the volunteer events, which is great. We love all of it, but it also is a lot of work. And, but we're so thankful to do it. And just right here in this community, we completed Cumberland Electric's campaign. Fantastic. We got to go out and speak to all of their offices around the area, including the Springfield office. And Tiffany went with me and just had a chance to talk with some folks one-on-one, and that's something that we haven't had to do since I've been here, and I've been here 5 years. So, and it was, I kind of missed it the first year, and then COVID hit, and obviously, they had to be protective for a few years. So It's a good example of I think you make such a bigger impact when you're able to talk to people and let them know the programs that are available, and then if they have questions, you're right there. And so you also clear up a lot of misconceptions about where their dollars go and how they're spent. And so we're thankful for that, but that's where we're at right now. And just in the middle of it, it'll go on about another month or so, and then we'll kind of die down in December. But full on trying to raise money so that we can fund our partner agencies, and just thankful for the community. If you do want to be involved and you're curious, Give Thanks is a great way to dip your toe. That's what we always say. It's like, I'm not ready to do a full blown campaign, but I would like to be involved with United Way or get involved. That's a great way. Put some boxes together in your company, and then maybe if you want to write a little check on top of that to give for extra supplies, that's great too. And that's just a good way to get involved, get your employees engaged, and get some skin in the game in the community. And it doesn't take a lot of time to go out and do a little shopping, and you're going to bless some people this Thanksgiving for sure, and bless some families in the community.
Very good. And it all stays in Robertson County.
Right here.
Guys. Right here.
Right local, right to our families, to your neighbors. You don't know who's going through a hard time. I mean, people might be living in the nicest neighborhood, and we don't know what's going on behind the picket fence and behind the closed door. So
that's something, working in benevolence, you find out, you're just like, wow. You just don't know those backstories. What else you got? Anything else?
Well, I'm always saying whatever your passion, there's a place for you to plug in, and never truer than, I know you already mentioned it, but I'm going to do it again with my father's house. If you like to sleep, if that is your passion, there's a place for you to plug in, and they're looking for people to stay overnight. So, I mean, if you like to sleep, throw clothes on the floor, all the things. I know where to plug in to get your volunteer hours. You do have to be 21 in order to volunteer at my father's house as an overnight chaperone. And so, but other than that, you got to be 21, be able to pass a background check, and be able to sleep. So that's really not a lot of requirement.
That hits a large swath of our community. So.
It really does.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it kind of leaves out a lot of people with children at home. I mean, it's hard when you got kids to be able to go overnight, but especially like I would probably want to go with my husband, but we can trade on and off. Maybe we'll have to figure out a way to do that this year.
Well,
and still eating food and stuff too.
Like they do, and that you don't have to pass a background check for. You just have to be able to cook something decent. So bring some food. You can sign up. It's a sign up genius. So if you need to know how to connect to the volunteer opportunities. It's Sign Up Genius. You can see the whole thing and be like, okay, this day they need food.
What do you mean by that? Sign Up Genius.
So it's just a.
Charlene has chimed in. She goes, biggest thing we need right now is volunteers. So
yes,
she's echoing what you're saying.
if she can, she might be able to link the Sign Up Genius. It's a website where you go in and you can sign up for whatever the slots are. So like if I'm doing a potluck, I'll be like, hey, come sign, we need this many entrees, we need this many sides, we need that, and people can go and sign up. Or I've done it for Laundry Love before to make sure that all of our shifts were covered. So it's just a website where you can help see what the needs are and help sign up. So that's where all the volunteer opportunities are put. So you can open it up and be like, and it shows like, okay, Monday they've got chaperones, but they don't have anybody to check somebody in. I can sign up for that shift. Or, hey, they don't have a meal. So that's an easy one for you to bring your whole family for. I highly, highly, highly am a big fan of getting your children involved in service at a young age. And that's a perfect one. You guys can make a meal. You can do it on the weekend even so that they can help make the meal. Take it to people. And then there's also a evening devotional, so you can sign up for that. I like to sign up for the devotional and the meal together. We bring the meal, we give a devotional, we sit and chat with our neighbors and friends and get to know them and find out what's going on in their life. So I'm a big fan. I think it's been really good for my kids. I'll just give a little testimony that my children have been able to make friends with people who are experiencing really hard times and learn increased empathy for people who are going through tough times. So I'm going to give a big shout out to My Father's House. They're doing great work, but they're doing it all for free. There's not one person, and I would challenge you to find very many homeless shelters that are doing 100% volunteer ran and 100% on donations. And so make a difference in the lives of our friends that are going to be cold.
And if you got a small group or a life group at your church, like that's a really good thing that you guys could to do as a project or whatever, however you want to call it, is to take a meal, do a devotional, once a month or something like that, and make that part of your program. I know our church did that. One of our groups, I think it was like the empty nesters, what they call them, that have kids recently out because they have a little more flexibility in the evenings. But anybody can do it. Just a really, if you want to get involved in your community, it's just a great way. Take a meal and talk about Jesus with them.
There you go.
I mean, there you go. So
yeah, I did it with a couple of friends last year, and it was like I think we made like Alfredo, and somebody was in charge of the sauce, somebody was in charge of the chicken, somebody was in charge of the rolls. It was a small thing to do, and honestly, when they first opened,
impact,
yes, and when they first opened, they're not usually super full. It might be different this year because now they've established a place. I don't know, but especially in the beginning, there's like 5 people there. Making dinner for 5 people is not that hard.
That's just it. So get involved. My Father's House, we'll just say that.
We're way late.
We are. We need to go. But get in touch with My Father's House and definitely volunteer. And please come to Recovery Court graduation today.
Yes,
Come at 11:30, eat a wonderful meal, and in just a life-changing event. You will want to be there all the time once you're there. At the center today, Recovery Court graduation. And are y'all going to be able to make it?
I was just checking my schedule. I might.
Meetings today, or I would. Yeah, I'm going to leave in Nashville.
Yeah, I figured you're going.
It's time.
It's that campaign
I'll
time.
get the money. So
there you go.
But I have been there. It's awesome. Go.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. And I'll be there and hope to see you there. And I will talk with you guys tomorrow morning here on One Street Over. Rachel Culver will be here with Gwen Harder for Faith Friday. God bless. Have a wonderful day. This is 1100 WSGI.